Hello dear student, this is Kuldeep and you're watching Tech Supports. So in my previous session we will learn about company, definitions, meanings and features and characteristic of a company. So today we are going to cover difference between a company and partnership firms. So let's start the sessions. Yeah, so first we'll understand about company. A company is an artificial persons created by law having separate differences between partnerships and company in details. So firm is a like partnership and joint stock company is a company. So partnership register under Indian Partnership Act 1932. Company register under Indian Companies Act 1956 or 2013. A partnership firm has no separate legal existence apart from its member. That means the partners and the firm are one and the same. So a partnership is no separate legal existence apart from member. Member is everything. They are liable for everything, for debt and everything, for responsible for management, everything. But a company has a separate legal entity distinct from its members. Company has separate legal entities. The company has separate rules, regulations, separate procedures. Next point is property of partnership firm belongs to the individual person. So in partnership, whatever properties is there, that is belongs to the individual persons. But in company, the properties belongs to the company and not to the individual members. Next point is a partner is an agent of the firms connected with the business. The shareholder is not an agent of the company. Next point is the liability of partnership is unlimited, but the company liabilities of the shareholders is limited. Partnership comes to an end when partner dies or becomes insolvent unless provided the ended. But a company has a perpetual succession. It comes to an end in the event of winding up. So this is a very important topics like partnership comes to the end means partnership when it get ends when partner dies, when partners become insolvent unless provided the deed. But a company having perpetual successions, it comes to end in the event of winding up. So company end when happens when we do winding up process like filing the document to government of winding up and declaring like closing the company in that case only this can be end. Next point is management is by the partners themselves, but in company the management is done by the boards of director elected by the shareholders. So in partnership all the management happens by the partner itself. They can implement rules regulations by their consent, but in company the management is done by the board of directors elected by the shareholders. Next point is the partner cannot transfer his share without the consent of his co-partners. But in company, the share of public limited company are freely transferable. So in partnership, no share can be transferred without partner consent, without partner agree. But in company, the share are freely transferable in public. So this is the differences between firms, you can say partnership and company. Next, we'll understand about advantage and disadvantage of your partnership of your company. So let's understand advantage and disadvantage of a joint stock company. Joint stock means a company. The advantage of a joint stock company are below. First point is limited liability. Shareholders' liability is limited to the face value of the shares held by them. So share liability is limited to the face value of the share held by them. So whoever will be the shareholders who's holding the shares, it is limited by the face value what their holdings. The member are liable only the extent of unpaid value of shares. Means the member, the shareholder are liable to extent of unpaid value of shares. Suppose they bought the shares and they not paid the amount, so they are liable to unpaid value of shares. If the shares are fully paid up, then the member is not liable for any debt of the company. If the value is fully paid of the shares, then the member is not liable to pay the any debts of company. Next advantage is perpetual succession. So this is the very good points. A company having perpetual succession, long life, stable life. Its existence is not affected by death, insolvency, or insanity of its members. If member becoming mad or like insolvency or they got death or anything happens to the members, it is not going to affect to company. The company is stable for long time, for forever. Next is professionals management. The company appoints an experienced, competent, and experts to manage the business. Their services lead to managerial and administrative efficiency and accuracies. In company management appoints experts who's having experience to the company, who run the company, having good knowledge about procedures, about services, about managing the systems, managing the peoples with efficiency and accuracy. So this is the professional management. Next point is large capitals. A company can collect huge capital for the business through share and debentures, public deposits, loan, etc. Due to huge capital, the company can conduct business on a large scale. So when a company start, company need a large capitals. So what do company do issue shares and debenture in public, and they collect the capitals money from the publics. So each public and start the business and scale their business in large. This is the large capitals. Next point is economy of scales. As the company operates on a large scale, it enjoys economies in productions, distributions, management, and financing. So, when a company starts, it helps to improve the economies and scale the economies in our India. Next point is separate legal entity. The company enjoy a distinct legal entity separate from its member. Being a legal creation, it enjoy permanent existence. So, as a artificial persons, company enjoy the separate legal entities, long existence, and long life of a company. Next is large membership. A joint stock company, especially a public company, has large number of company. Large membership brings in large amount of funds which can be invested in companies expansion and diversifications. So the company, when company starts one, it is difficult to run the company by one single person. So he has the facility to join a large member in company, so they can handle the individual process, individual departments having 10 to 15 members. Individual person can take care of the productions, marketing, sales, then HRs, finance, like that. People can take care of the individual departments, that is called large memberships. Next is transferability of shares. Share of a joint stock company, especially public company, are freely transferable. A member who wants to sell his shares can easily do so in the stock market. This encourages the public and other to invest in shares. So the process of transferability of shares of a joint stock company, especially public company, are freely transferable. So in a public company, share can be freely transferables into publics. Public can invest in company, public can buy the shares, can invest the money and can get the profit if company being profitable. Next is disadvantage of a company. First point is lacks of flexibility. The working of a joint stock company is not flexible as a compared to other organizations. For every small things they either have to follow a detailed procedure or obtain sanctions from various authorities. This result is lack of flexibility. So this is the point here having lacks of flexibility. If any actions or any implementations has to be done under a company, then they have to follow the procedure. They have to take the multiple approvals by, by the board members, by the shareholders. So having lacks of flexibilities. Next point is no business secrecy. This is the also important. This form of organization lacks of business secrecy because it is compulsory for the company to publish the accounts and other records. So in company there is no like secret to keep the secret data to hide from publics. So this is the like a disadvantage of a company. If you want to keep something like confidential secret, you can't keep because as per the government rules, regulations and public demands, you have to share in open market of company what is the benefits of company, how company is growing, what is the next steps of a companies. So this is the disadvantage. Next is difficult formations. Formation of a joint stock company is an expensive and time consuming process as a number of legal formalities have to be undertaken in order to register the company. So this is also a disadvantage things when a company start to form, when start to formations, it is difficult lengthy process because having many legal document to be filed to ROC, then it will take times also, it will go for approval, so many verifications will happen, then formations will happen to company which is taking more times. Delay in decision making due to excessive government control. All decisions are taken in meetings and some decision require shareholders approval. All this lead to delay in decision makings. So this is also disadvantage of a company. For a small decision, for a small changes, for a small things or for any things, it has to go to government, it has to go to board member, it it has to discuss mutually between all the parties or all the board members, all the shareholders, then decision can be made, which is delay in making decisions. So guys, so we covered the disadvantage, advantage of a company and difference between partnership and company. Like and subscribe my channels. Thank you.